Yeah, sorry. I guess I had muted it at one time. I don't remember muting it though. But I'm working on my VK Warpath build. Out of my way, out of my way. There's one. There was one. Give me that. All right. Yeah, I got up this morning and I found that I could try out the new game called Phoenix. Was it Immortal Phoenix Rising? It's supposed to release back in December, beginning of December. I found there was a demo that I can go try of it. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of a cartoony version of Assassin's Creed. It's uh, it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, a little bit cartoony, but it's all about mythology. So you got Zeus, Prometheus, and all them telling a story in the background while you're playing, and essentially, well, on the demo, you hear they're pretty much just they're telling a story, and Prometheus trying to tell it one way, and Zeus is trying to tell it another way of what you're living through the demo. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean it's got a lot of aspects of Assassin's Creed, like where you do the vision quest or vision thing, where you can see all the points of interest and all that stuff that you need to go to. Um, Also has where you can climb walls and get up to the little peaks and perch out, and you actually have wings, so you can do a little bit of gliding, flying, and some other airlifts to kind of make you go higher. So you can do some aerial fighting, like go up and then slam down with a big hammer and stuff. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty interesting. I think it'll actually do pretty well as long as, I mean, there was a few things I didn't like about it, or I think it was just a bug, but the whatchamacallit, the physics uh uh you can like pick up rocks and stuff with some powers and then throw them and objects. There's a lot of like uh from what I saw in the little demo that it had, you have these like puzzles and stuff where you gotta pick up stuff and move it around and put it on pressure pads to unlock other pieces and all that stuff. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. Someone was asking me some questions on the Discord about the loop filter. Come on, you rock throwing turd, you can follow me. I don't mind. I thought you died, but oh well. Come on, everybody. Follow me. Stop throwing rocks at me. It's not nice. I'll take you are. I didn't even see you there, Mr. Boss Man. Blah, blah. Oh, you can go. There we go. Yeah, I might play it again later. I'm gonna do a rerun through it on hard because I was playing just story difficulty. Apparently, I guess it looks like story is actually the lowest difficulty. I mean, I can hit everything; it doesn't really do any damage to me. So I want to replay it now that I know the controls and all that stuff, and play it on hard and see how much more challenging it makes it. Yay! I love maps like this. See, why can't they make all maps like this, where there's big density? Die, little guys. Die, big guy. There we go. Nope. And more nope.
We will be best friends, Beast, until we slaughter you.
Thanks for the follow. I've been loving the game. Last Epoch game, are you actually part of the game developers and all that stuff, or you just someone that plays it as well? Oh well, nice to meet you, and thanks for jumping in. Yeah, I've been loving the game, and especially um, well, I will say this since you are here. Thank y'all for being so quick with all y'all's communications and making this game with the players. So it's definitely been, I've been promoting this game quite a bit. It's refreshing to finally have a game come out with a crew of people that actually kind of are building the game with the community, and it's been a lot of fun. And I will be playing this and doing a lot of guides and videos over it for many, many days to come. Can't wait till multiplayer comes out so I can start helping people gear up and stuff. I know a lot of people are waiting for the multiplayer, and I know that's going to be a big addition to the game. Yeah, that's the way I am. I've been playing all genres of games for many, many years. I used to beta test, alpha test, and do a lot of. I used to work with some of the devs and stuff way back in the day, long time ago. Insight and bug report and all that fun stuff. But after I went to the army and all that stuff kind of faded out for a while, and now I'm finally getting back into it. Now I'm starting to do guides and stuff, so definitely nice to finally get back into it and start testing and helping games develop and stuff like that. No, definitely. It's been a lot better than most other games because they're all flooded with people, but it's really nice to have something that has been really running smoothly. And from the feedback that I've been getting from my community, everybody has loved Last Epoch just because of the fact that it's fun. There's a lot to do. It now for me, it gives me that old excitement whenever, because like whenever I first started playing it, fighting Lagan for the first time, that fight was horrid. Not that it was bad or anything. I was just saying it was one of those fights that you had to play over and over again to learn the mechanics, to learn how to get through him and all that stuff, and ha- finally having a game where you can feel that excitement or that accomplishment when you finish something. Most games nowadays, you just run right through it and maybe die once and then you go through and kill it next time. But a lot of the mechanics and stuff definitely makes you have to kind of take a step back and learn it, not just try to make a overpowered character and run it over. Okay, give me just a moment. But yeah, I got y'all's Discord on followed on my Discord, so every time y'all do updates and stuff like that or announce stuff, it goes straight to my Discord, and I have a video. I start recording a video for it as soon as I can get to it off work. Like I said, I do appreciate y'all's communications. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what I always tell people is like I've seen several builds being able to be created. Some of the build makers they find ways to overpower the builds and all that stuff. I mean, I like to make sure like my builds that I make, they're fun, they're playable, but they're not. I don't. If I see one of the classes get a skill or y'all do a tweak on it and it just makes it or breaks the character, I'd leave it alone. I'm not one of those jump on the bandwagon 2 million damage and all that stuff. I no. I like to make sure it's fun, playable, enjoyable for everybody because it's definitely I've enjoyed the game with all the ability. I mean, granted, my biggest thing and the reason why I've stopped playing a lot of action RPGs is because once you get to the end game like this, you're doing monoliths, but it challenges you. You have the choice of making it more difficult in multiple ways, and it just gets harder and harder and harder, and you can push the limits as you go up in different areas. So, yeah, definitely, and that's what me and Aaron from Action RPG, me and him, we were kind of we found that whole loophole for the what was that blood rip long time ago whenever it first came out of how to rip that and just like make the your ward makes you pretty much untouchable. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, that that one on the Necro one was a lot of fun messing with that. Now I mean you can still somewhat do it, but you can't use the what was it? Not Dredge Shade, but I forgot the other skill, the bone one. But yeah, it was a lot of fun when we kind of found that hole there. Yeah, Bone Curse. Yep, and I thank you for finally upgrading the Warpath. So now that's one of my favorite types of skills, and now I've finally been able to play it or make a build around it where it actually does sustainable damage. Um, Not only because I mean before it was great if you had two-handed, but once you go sword and board, the damage just dropped dramatically. But like with the void, with this, and my buddy, he's playing a paladin. He just hit 67, but he's saying it's a lot better than what it was. Yeah, it's good. I mean I do believe it can get a little bit better. Um, but I mean I think it's actually in somewhat of a good place. I'm gonna remake my paladin. I still want to try a Forge Guard version of it, a bleed version. Um, so try out the kind of different variations of the Warpath. I mean, the only thing that I would say, yeah, uh, the only thing that I found was like just the overall the damage portions. It probably could use just a smidge more on the base damage portion, not too much. Not really on the early side, maybe something like in a node on the outer edge. Because like using this to level up, Warpath level up is really good. But once you get late game, that's where the damage slowly starts to. It's not really on the trash mob, it's mainly on the bosses. It starts to drop just a smidge. But it's nothing like what it was. It's still a whole lot better than what it was. So I've been playing with a whole bunch of stuff on here, trying to squeeze out just like normal, squeezing out the diversity of the builds and stuff like that. But I think fire is still going to be in a good place because you can go with the pools and stuff, which that's what I liked on my pally. But I think I want to try and make like a crit version. I saw somebody made a crit version was doing like 1k crits, was pretty good. But yeah, if y'all ever need any help with anything, feel free to let me know. I'm always on some way, somehow, testing, playing around with different setups, different skills and stuff, so I'm always around. Nice to meet you. You have yourself a good one. That was cool. It's been a while since I've gotten to really interact with the devs and stuff like that of games. Yeah, way back in the day, I used to beta test games and alpha test before they were even launched, and I used to know some devs. I mean, not personally, but through the interweb and stuff, and chat with them and help them with designs and stuff. I did some of the. There was one game I did their starter guide and all that stuff for them. It's I love being able to interact with like the developers, the directors, and stuff like that. Uh, I mean, they get a lot of bad rap from a lot of people. I mean, even though games don't always turn out the way the people want, and that's the bad thing with the day and age of gaming is everybody wants it their way. I want it my way, you want it your way, they want it their way, and they've got to try to figure out how to make a fun game that everybody's gonna, or as many people are gonna like, and make as many people happy. Um, and give as many as one, because I mean, you can, if you ever play like Path of Exile, I mean, it's league after league after league of different stuff where they try different things, and then if it works, they add it into the core game. Yeah, I agree. And see, it's also that it's like all the fixing and the information given and stuff like that. It's all like talking in the grapevine because you've got to. Yeah, they want to make it to where you like it, but then again, what happens if they change it and it makes it to where the other person that loved it hates it now? So it's all about getting that medium, and that's where Blizzard screws up and they turn that game into just um, a numbers fest. It's all about high crits and the big scroll of numbers of all this damage you're doing and get through it fast and all that crap. Yeah. Mhm. And see, that's where like what's his name? oh man, what was his name? The director of Mark. Can't remember his last name right at this moment, but director of an old game called, or not Mark. Dark Age of Camelot, a very old game that I used to play religiously. I was in love with the game. It was great. I love that game. I still love that game, but it's really old. Still here to this day. Game that I played whenever I was 16 or so, 15, 16, so like 20 some odd years ago, and it's still active, still live. Um, the eventually EA bought it and all that, so eventually the main director left, and now he's making another game called Camelot. The original game's called Dark Age of Camelot, and now the director, or now the high ups from that game are now, they made their own studio and are making a game called Camelot Unchained, which is based off the exact same premise of Dark Age of Camelot. 3 realms. You got like 7 or so classes in each realm, and it's all about realm versus realm coming together to fight and take over castles and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. And now they're remaking it and making it better than what the first one was. That reminds me, I need to re-download that alpha on it, because it's still in alpha testing and stuff like that. So you gotta get invites to go to it, which I'm part of. But whenever I redid my Windows, I forgot to re-download it. Okay. Please don't. Oh, this one's the Lagon fight. Please, for the love of God, let me kill him. Or no, it's not. It's this guy. Ah! The character wouldn't do anything. I hate the Lagon fight playing Warpath. It's the pathing is so messed up. Whenever you're warpathing, whenever you're spinning, you just run all over the place. You're like on the other side of the pad and all kinds of stuff. Hmm? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Could you put on the sound?
Oh, sorry. Neither one of those. Well, looks like I am doing that one. Love you, baby.
I'm gonna have a drink.
Hmm. Here. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. Let's get up here. No. I will take that though. Oh, let's check first, see if there's anything in here. Alright, no, no, and a bunch more no. Up, out of shards, but you can take these. And let's go. Alright, so heal and ray. Whoa. Yeah. Get out of my way. Yeah, I pretty much did the same thing whenever I fought him. But granted, I just kept running off. Just because I was so used to on my old characters of whenever he did his, I forgot what it was called, but his other moves, and I would always just run just because I was used to it. Alright, man. Yeah, I'm probably going to be getting off here in a few to do the same. And then I'm going to watch a movie with my daughter. And then I'll be back on. Yes, sir. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Go this way, and that away, and this away, and that away. There we go, got another void one. think I'm gonna take that back out. Let's try it back without it now. Alright. Was that on the right piece? Oh, that was on the right piece too. I might have to go for it. Let's see, do I even have any echo stuff? So that's tier 1, tier 1. I don't think I have any more echo. No. Not fire. Void. So I can max that at least. Oh, what to do, what to do, what to do. I kind of want to try void damage over time and see if that'll etch out the echo damage. You know what, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to try that. Don't break. Ah, you son of a biscuit. Guess I can try it to see. See how much of a difference on the damage it does. The only thing bad about that skill, that skill is I can't tell if it's echoed or if it's an echo or if it's just a recast. That's the only thing bad about that. I guess we can try again. Really. Void. Let's see. There we go. Don't break, don't break. Thank you. Oh crap. I forgot to do it this way. Snarky. Oh well. That's better. We'll have to see. Okay. So we will try this out. See if that works better. $1,800. Not too shabby. If I do my helmet the same, then it'll be a lot more. And then I could just do away with not even worrying about going the echo route. I mean, I don't know, I might keep it just for the attack speed and the rod chance, because I do more damage to rod and enemies. But with the void damage nodes that I can get, I kind of have several that I want to get. Actually, you know what? I am going to do that. I'm gonna do away with the echo stuff. I mean, even if I remove it, I still have a chance of echoing, which still echoes. I mean, it only gives me another 5% chance. But I want enough points to where I can do this, max that, because it's going to be 70% more melee damage and void damage, and get that, max that out. Now we'll go see how much that increased my damage. Oh, I always forget about that. I mean, it's going to increase my void damage, but it's not going to increase my melee. Or yeah, I am doing melee now. I always keep thinking that I'm on my shield throw, which isn't melee. So there, that's better. Yes, more damage. That's hitting over 2k now. So let's see. Where do we go to now?
Hi, I got my swimsuit on.
Why? We're not going swimming.
I know. But I still got my panties on though.
Okay. So 3 here, then 2 there. There we go. And we are going this way to kill the betrayer. And you're dead.
I'm so excited to meet that baby again, like Ariana.
You are. Let's see, fire damage. Not exactly what I was looking for, but I will take it. Rare image regenerate? Sure, why not? I don't mind if they regenerate. Oh, go across. There you go. I like how he's sliding. Nope. What are we doing? Spire. Come on, Mr. Bear. You can follow me. Nope, wrong way. Come on, reversal. It'd be nice if you actually gave me mana. Not take it away. I'm gonna go in the portal or not? There we go. We got 3 more points. Alright, do you have any more of those things?
Where's Mom?
She's with Johnny. She'll be back later.
Oh, okay.
No. I need to get... They need to drop more of those things. I can't keep up with them. Alright, let's see if I can kill this turd this time. Wish I had my Warpath finished back up. See, 2 seconds ago I had full mana. I'm gonna die because skill is not working like it's supposed to. it's starting to work. Hold on here. And dead. Shield shards, two-handed. I don't need any of these. Shield shard?
I'm gonna go get me a Dr. Pepper.
I'm sure shield shard. I don't know what the hell a shield shard is. And another one of these. Lower block, increased better armor. Everything else is the same, so I do not need it, but I'll go sell it. And off to level 100, finally. Let's empower another. Finish that one. Alright. Let's get going here. How's it going, Hivas? I just finished the level 90 monolith. Just killed the boss there.
Put it in the flash.
Where's the guy that I'm supposed to kill? There he is. Alright, what's the highest melee physical damage for one-handed weapon? That would be, give me just a second. So for just let's see here. So for melee physical, just additive is 24 tier 5. Go tier 7, that's 35. If you do just straight, just melee physical damage, not flat damage, that's 60%. Oh, weapon. Let's see here. Because it's gonna vary flat. 52 on a one-handed axe that gives bleed. If you're gonna do sword, where are you? There you are. Dice sword is 53 as well. So I'm guessing they're all gonna be, well, axe is 52, so it's one less. Where's the blunt? Well, one-handed blunt. One-handed blunt would be 60 with stun chance. I mean, if you're going bleed, go with the axe for the bleed chance. Other than that, probably sword. Yeah, because sword doesn't give you any extra bases. It's just a straight up melee physical damage. That's it. Axes, you can get bleed chance, bleed on hit, and stuff like that. It's all about the bleed on the axes, except for the one that you have. That's the only one that has crit chance on it. The rest of them are all bleed. Unless it's a unique, then it might be they have some special stuff on them. Yeah, that's max roll on there. We're about to go in there. Hold on. Mm, no, that would be for. Cause see, one weapon you can try to look for. It's called undisputed. Here, let me see if I can show it to you. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Can you see that? Yeah, that would probably be a really good option for you if you want to use a unique. That one's level 64. Um, oh, you did? Oh, okay. I was about to say, if you're sticking with the bleed chance on it, that gives you like 10% increased physical damage for each hit you make. Since you're AoEing and all that stuff, that would give you an additional 200% damage. So that one would be really good. I mean, granted, you don't have to build around bleed. I would probably still try it and see if it works. To see if it gives you like just put it on and oh put it on and hit the dummy and see if your damage is better. No, not Beast King. That's minion stuff. Let me see. I don't think there's gonna be anything on the blunt side. mean, that would be a good leech, but it's not really going to do much for damage. And that's for caster. Let's see here. And sword. Renee's eye would be really good. Because it's gonna, especially if you're gonna be putting some stuff into crit, this would be really good. Because that would increase your fire damage and multiplier for each stack that you get when you crit. So that could be a really good. It has 200% ignite, so that's gonna be automatic 2 stacks per hit or every other hit, because it's gonna be 1 per hit. That might be. You could try that. That would probably be really good for leveling. I don't think there would be anything else. I mean, the only other thing that I would say would be to stick with the weapon that you have, like the axe with the crit chance, and then go fire damage, attack speed, or damage over time. Crit chance, I don't do melee crit chance. Just do, if you're gonna do crit in there. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I try to put at least one thing of frailty on something. Uh, I usually reserve it for like the last piece I can find to finagle it onto. But I mean, you can, on this one you can double dip the fire damage and then melee fire damage. I mean, my builds, I try to do my damage to all my skills, not a specific, so I probably would lean towards something different. Um, Maybe, let's see here. Maybe you could do the leech just to get some of the leech on there, or crit chance. Um, Damage over time might be alright, depending on if any of your stuff do ignite, and then making that, but I wouldn't increase damage over time unless you're really going to start focusing on it just to make those ticks higher. Um, Attack speed would be decent to have, because faster you're going to hit, faster you leech, and the more procs of your other stuff is going to go off as well. But yeah, I would probably do either attack speed, maybe crit if you want to get a little bit more crit chance in there, um, or melee fire damage as your secondary prefix. Yeah, yeah, but how much ignite do you have? Because I wouldn't really be focused on like damage over time boosts unless you're gonna have like maybe 200% or 300% ignite. Because increasing damage over time over one stack, so you would be doing one stack, isn't really gonna give you much of a boost. So I would probably do fire damage, melee fire damage, or attack speed, one or the other. That's where I would probably go with that. And then you could do more ignite on hit. That would put you over the 100 mark to where you can chance getting your second stack on there. And then add frailty on hit too. Um, I actually want to check into that if works under the same premise of like your ignites and stuff. Is if you have over 100%. I don't think you can go over 100% because the gear pieces, um, adding frailty on hit. Where is it? I know you can add it on a couple of the pieces too. Or maybe it was theirs just on the bottom. There it is. So I mean, it adds 35%. So I mean, you can go over 100%. So would that chance adding a second stack just like ignites and stuff like that? So I'm guessing that would be just like that, to where if you put 200 or 300% on there, you can knock them down to only be 25% of their damage or something like that. But I mean, with it on one piece, I think that would be fine. Like on, say, your axe. You're making me want to switch my paladin over to Warpath now. Because I mean, health on hit is pretty decent too. Uh, Especially since you're AoEing all the way around you. Um, that might be something you might want to look at as well. Where the, um, so that would be kind of up to you, and frailty on hit, and then the last one. Because I mean, if you get 70% on there, I mean that's going to be good for one stack. Yeah. So the last one you could do um, shred armor or ignite on hit, whichever one you would kind of prefer on that. Shred armor is actually pretty nice to have from time to time, especially since you're melee and going into the fray with stuff. So now is that 75% on judgment? Is that also, is that because that is that when it's doubled, or is that just base before you click it and double it? Oh, you use that? Oh wow. I've never used that skill. I was thinking of Holy Aura for some reason. I mean, it's kind of up to you, but it's just the fact that you're having two melee skills, so you're gonna have to stop whirlwinding to cast that. So on it, that's more of like a judgment call in there. I've never really played with it to really see. I've seen a couple people like mess with it, but I haven't really seen anybody actually make a build actually using that. Will you stay up there so I can read it? Come on, stop. Your enemies in the country goes down, take fire damage of. Damage over time scales with heal effectiveness? That's kind of weird. Oh, hold on. Oh. I mean, that would be nice, but that would eat up all your sigils in one hit. But that would give you a big damage buff to it. Ah, 80% more to bosses. Blah. Definitely gotta get that, because that eats up a lot of mana. Ignite chance. Probably have to get that, because that would give you a big. And that went left and down. There's armor shred there. Yeah, that would give you the concentrated damage would go up. Full enemies and slizzum. Jasmine hits still no damage. Then what the hell? Cast Holy Eruption, 30 fire damage to all enemies and heals all. Not bad. Oh, hold on. I'd almost want to say you'd have to go up here and get that so you can like run in, cast it like as your first hit, and then AoE them, and then it'll be um, an aura around you that'll follow you. But where's the duration? Okay, so there. Get 50% more duration from there. No. So you have to go 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Because you'd want to come up here, grab this, because that would be 8 points here. And then, because it's only for 4 seconds. So that'll break it up to 7 seconds. What's the cooldown on? Oh, well, there's no cooldown on it. You just use it again. Um, so I was trying to see if there's something that you can do. Because you'd want to increase the damage of consecrated ground, not the skill itself. Because I'd probably come up here, grab this 8, put 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then put the rest in here. Or not in here, but, so what was that? That was 8 here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 5 points left over. So you'd go 2 here. What is this? No. 2 here. And the rest of the points there. I mean, that would be kind of up to you. You could probably do mix them between those two. Destructive. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Come up here, grab those. Come over here to grab this. Now this would, like I said, this will be up to you to grab this. If your mana's fine, then you wouldn't have to get that. I was just kind of looking at the mana cost of it. It uses quite a bit. But you could just go up here, grab these, grab this, max that out, and then well, see, that's the thing. If you're gonna grab these, these are gonna be for if you're gonna use this as your main source of damage, because all these increases judgments damage, not consecrated ground damage. So this will basically be for the melee hit. I mean, I'd have to test it to really see if they work with the consecrated ground. But what I'm kind of thinking of using it for is essentially turning it into an aura for you, um, to where you can hit them. Turns the aura on for the consecrated ground to where it follows you. It's tagged to you, um, and it stays on you and consecrates around where you move to. So like you can hit an enemy, consecrated instead of the consecrated ground being on the ground, it'll follow you around to where you can hit enemies and then run and start whirlwinding with the warpath and kill people as you're running and melting stuff. That way, you only have to cast judgment every say 7 seconds or so, when you need the buff again. Uh, if that makes sense. And then turning it around to where you're not. That's where I don't know how you're playing, as your playstyle. If you're using this more than you're using Warpath, then yes, you would want to kind of grab these because these are going to boost up the damage of the hits of the modifier of the judgment hit. Um, but it doesn't say. Okay, so this one would apply with judgment and the consecrated ground. This one does too, so yeah, it does look like they do modify both um, the consecrated ground. So instead of coming over here, you can grab this and just come straight down here and grabbing all this and try that out. See how that works for you. Um, yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. This might actually make it to where you don't have to really cast it, but once every 7 seconds, just to pop the buff for the consecrated ground to follow you. So you can just sit there and hit them, and then go whirlwind, burn through all the trash mobs and all that stuff. So you'll have your AOE from your whirlwind and your consecrated ground following you. Alright.
I was thinking we can go in the bath.
So we're going to in just a minute. Yeah. That would be really good. The only thing that I was kind of looking at is if you didn't want to lose the healing from the consecrated ground, um, instead of coming over here, just come down here. Yeah. Where's our t-shirt? Oh. Okay, see, that's what I was saying. You might, if you're gonna do the aura way, you might need to get that just depending on how your mana goes. Because once you get that, it's gonna add 50%. So that's gonna add another 20 mana, which is essentially make it cost 62 mana to cast it. So you would want it maybe 1 or 2 points in here, or just put 3 in there. But I'd have to really like get on the my paladin and respec them to that to really test how much that would increase. I mean, what skills all are you using? Are you using this, Whirlwind, and Judgment? What other 2 skills are you using? When you say dash, I'm guessing you're talking about lunge, right? Okay, Siduho, Leora.
To the white house, it looked like Russia was trying to hack the whole voting system. The investigations revealed that the election revealed they were right would make state election officials responsible for the incident have a very strict definition of hacking.
This whole national issue of the potential hacking of the election, which frankly we've had to kind of debunk. You vote on a machine. That machine is not connected to the internet.
This election official didn't get the memo. You don't need to be connected to the internet to be hacked. It all depends upon what your definition of hacking is. If you're looking for proof that one vote was changed in Missouri, then you can say we weren't hacked. But it's not actually that simple. It's better to think about it in terms of a neighborhood burglary metaphorically. Imagine you have a neighborhood of 50 homes. If hackers penetrated the perimeter of the neighborhood and left theft tools behind, you can hack that away. That's how I define hacking. If the burglar got into the fence line in 20 homes, have you been hacked? Do you feel economically violated? If the burglar breached not only the fence line but opened the front door in 7 homes in this neighborhood of 50, have you been hacked? I say you've been hacked.
If you do smite, you essentially just got to come down here, put 1 point in here, 1 in there.
Not only will hackers
max that out, and then max this,
the house before went into the safe deposit box and put their hands on the jewelry. Now we agree
and then
to
you can come over here and grab those two.
This was not just a standard setting of consciousness. We were concerned about what they were trying to do to the emotional information.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. As far as the skill, you could still do smite, just not spec. Um, because if you have smite, it gives you a free skill slot. Because if you use it with the chance to throw axe stuff, it's gonna cast it for you. So what I've done on a couple of my builds is I'll have the smite, spec into smite, but I'm using lunge. So I'll have it here, even though I'm not specing it, I'll still be able to use it to dash through the screen and all that. Uh,
Obama told people that if he changed looks,
but
destroy Russia somehow.
then it would go off.
It was a big
But yeah, you've got to get this. You have to pretty much max this out before you really see them start to go off. But with everything that you got going around, a lot of times you won't see them, my man. Whenever I had it, I hardly ever saw it going off or going just because it's a small little black um, axe spinning that just darts off. So it's if you're not paying attention, you won't see it.
because I was being, listen, I was being wily.
Well, no. I'm not saying get rid of judgment. You keep judgment. You just unspec lunge. Keep lunge on your bar and use lunge, but just don't spec lunge. Just use it as a movement spell or whatever to get from mob to mob as you're running down. Just don't spec it. You can still use it if you don't spec it, but spec smite, put 5 points into here, and then have those at least, I would say, two of those adorned idols that would cast a smite on throw, and that's it. It'll cast smite for you while and then you only have to really worry about casting. I mean, you can cast your lunge, your judgment, your sigils, your warpath, and all that stuff, just like you normally. I mean, you play it just like you normally play it, but instead of specking lunge, you spec smite. You just spec smite and just don't put it on your bar. Oh, okay. Yeah, make sure on your idle or on your loot filter, have it set to where it'll show idols. Because that's one thing people don't notice is whenever you set these, you have your affixes up here. These do not mean that it's going to show idols. These are just affixes, not the idols. You have to come down to idols and choose them down there. Because see, on mine, like all the affixes, I put at the very bottom. That way, after it hides everything, it'll show me all affixes, straight affix, not on gear. Because this essentially hides everything other than the stuff that I want to see. This shows everything that I want to see, and this hides it all for me. Hides everything else, and then it turns around and grabs all the affixes on the ground. So it won't, because if I put this above here, it's going to show all these affixes on all those pieces of gear as well. Because I was saying, I put this filter, the one that I have here, I put this in here on the in my Discord, in the build section. Essentially, all you gotta do is go to export, open filter location, and then copy and paste it into there, and then it'll be up here. But essentially, all you gotta do is like you can uncheck this because this is the green here is all rare affixes, the ones that are hard to find. You'll know to go grab those type deal. These, the purple one, I always set these to the rare affixes for the build that I'm working on, so I know damn well to go get those irregardless if I don't want to get these, or if I see a green and I just don't care to go pick it up type thing. Um, but other than that, I just change these out to whatever set or whatever character I'm working on. So if I'm working on my paladin, I would change this over to uh, crit or whichever chest that I was going to be working on the sentinel. I'd switch it out, take this one off, and then switch it to another one. This is basically the filter I use for all of my class or all of my characters. I'll just copy it. I'll come over here to export, copy to clipboard, go to my other character, and then come over here and just press plus and paste from clipboard. And then I just come in here and change each piece to what piece I want for that character. And then I'll update this to the stuff for my build for that character. So it's easy to kind of interchange between all your characters without having to remake a whole new one. But I'm gonna go ahead and log off for a bit. I'm gonna go get cleaned up stuff and spend some time with my daughter and watch a movie with her. I'll be back in a few. Uh, Here, let me see. When you go to our Discord, where is in our normal Lost Epoch, go to the build discussion, and it's right there. It's the second post up. Just download it, go into your game, go to the export folder, and just paste it in. And like I said, you can change the color. It's fairly easy. You just click whichever one, and then immediately you get prompted to what color you want to put. You can change it and then update it to whatever color you would like it to be. Um, Hold on. Which filter Warpath? Huh. What, on Discord?
Thought he was up to.
Yeah, I'm logged into Discord on multiple things right now.
It's a pivotal day in the election campaign. 17 intelligence agencies, including Homeland Security, said they were unanimous that Russia was hacking our election.
Will there be any consequences? Or is entertainment publicly naming and shaming them?
U.S. intelligence officials say that when you catch someone red-handed, that those countries often pull back. Major, you see that would be the case with Russia.
When I saw the statement, I was extra surprised how far behind they were. I don't mean to confidence them by saying anything more explicit in public, but I was glad that we were ready to respond.
That looks right.
We got that one done. Not every day we look ahead, especially in cities, go home if we didn't do anything. We did something good that will make a difference, you know? And that was
Oh.
one of those days. And then I got home and my husband was like, "Did you see the news?" And I was like, "Yeah, did you see the news?" He said, "Yeah."
The Trump campaign is in full damage control in Hong Kong, a troubling story broken by the Washington Post today. Hours ago, we were watching a report along with video of Mr. Trump and NBC's Billy Bush discussing
Give me
ways
just a second. I'm
to take
putting.
a vulgar and rude turn.
I was sitting at a brewery recently. Got the notice that the statement was going to come out. I get the next alert on my phone about the Access Hollywood tape. John automatically did a response. I said, imagine. And then like David was describing, David, you can do anything. You haven't done it this easy. Being right off the bat, our stories just got buried by that.
Um,
So
hold on. Let me. I'm gonna send you a message on Twitch.
the Pussy tape breaks.
As soon as it lets me get.
Hallelujah.
Come on, computer.
So we sat around in the kitchen, drinking beer and watching the Trump campaign.
Whisper.
Dylan was fantastic. And we were
Hold on. That didn't work.
looking at my phone.
WikiLeaks has posted thousands of emails hacked from Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, and they
It was exploding with WikiLeaks dumping of privacy emails. And, you know, things went tits up at that point. So
Okay, go to that link on my that I just whispered you.
I had to get back to Washington because of the size of
Yeah.
the
I sent you a link to your messenger. Make sure you highlight the entirety of the thing, not just click it because it wouldn't let me do it from clicking it. Just highlight that. That goes to my OneDrive with I put it on my OneDrive for you.
WikiLeaks announced the dumping of Nest emails 29 minutes after the announcement of the Access Hollywood tape. Russian intelligence had stolen the Nest emails in March and may have sent them to WikiLeaks in August. Yet WikiLeaks waited to release until October 7th. It happened to be Putin's birthday.
The Trump campaign put out a statement. This was awkward banter. No pun necessarily for our worst to win.
No police stolen emails show the distress in Hillary Clinton's
managing to one of them. She sends another.
There was a big spike in coverage of Access Hollywood and the Podesta email dump. That's ultimately overshadowed completely by the Comey announcement of reopening the Clinton email investigation.
In July, we had closed the Hillary Clinton email case, but in October, in a completely unrelated case, we went to the office
All right.
of a
Were you able to get it from there?
Anthony Weiner, which is also used by his wife, emailed back to him, who worked as a staffer to Secretary Clinton. There were emails in there that looked like they were from the domain that was part of an investigation. The team in New York started figuring out how we could make sure that we weren't just looking at duplicates of earlier stuff. I felt very strongly that we should know what we had before we made any sort of notification to Congress or to the public or to anyone else that we were once again looking at emails associated with Hillary Clinton.
All right. Well, I gotta go, so I'll be back later. Uh, if you have any issues or whatever, just let me know. And whenever I get on, I'll try to find another way to send it to you or something. All right.
I think it's time for bath.
Okay, good deal.
FBI has learned the existence of emails that appear pertinent to the investigation.
All right, I'll be back later. Have a good one.